Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Katarina and today I'm going to talk about 3 things that you should know before you come to Croatia. So before you know these 3 things, don't come to Croatia, I'm telling you, because life is going to be difficult for you. And I'm talking from a point of experience because I'm a Kenyan living in Croatia, meaning that I've lived here for the past 6 years. So I've experienced this, and I think it will be very nice also for you to also know about these things, especially if you have plans to live in this wonderful country. It is very, very beautiful. It has very dramatic landscapes, and anybody who is in the right mind should want to come and live in this wonderful country. The first thing that you should know before you come to Croatia is, of course, the language. The language is very important in Croatia, and this is the Croatian language. For me, I say this because I chose for myself to come and live in one of the Croatian village. It's a very small village. It's actually a dying village. So most people in this village near Plitvice Lakes speak Croatian. Most of them don't speak a word of English. So then it was so difficult for me to come to this part of the country and be able to communicate with people. You can see the Croatian people are very warm. They are very welcoming. They want to tell me stories. They want to know me, and I would also like to know them. But there is something that we call a language barrier. So then you find that many Croatians, I cannot communicate with them. So you feel like there is a gap that is there. So if I took my time to learn the language, and I have a good reason, I have a good reason why I did not learn Croatian language before I came to Croatia, because I wanted to go to Uruguay. I learned some Portuguese and Spanish because I wanted to go to Uruguay and Brazil to try to live in those different countries, but it did not succeed for me to go to South America. So then my second choice was Croatia, on which I discovered by accident. So first of all, I tried to learn Spanish, and then I was told that I'm not allowed to go to Uruguay. And then I tried to learn some Portuguese, and then I was not also allowed to go to Brazil. So then I got tired of learning different languages, trying to learn different languages. And then I got a bit disappointed because I always found out that my visa did not go through. So then when I came to Croatia, and when I wanted to come to Croatia, then I said I'm not going to try to learn Croatian prior coming to this country and prior being allowed to stay in this country. So what did I do? I just came blindly. Foolishly, without learning a word of Croatia, because then I thought if they allow me to live in the country, then I will learn the language. But what happened when I came here? I had a lot of other things to do. I had a business to start. I had a lot of other things to arrange. So I never got that time to actually sit down and learn the Croatian language. And then the babies came, and the rest is history. So I find it a bit difficult sometimes. For now, I can actually speak basic Croatian. But in order for me to be good and to be able to know people, then it is very important for me to learn the whole Croatian language. So when you're talking with people, especially if you choose to live in the villages, in the cities, for example, in Zagreb, in Split, Dubrovnik, and other cities, then it is not a problem because most Croatians there, they speak English. But if you choose to live in a small village, then you'll find yourself in trouble all the time. So please speak the language, or learn yourself the language, so that when you come here, life will be easy. Another thing, the second thing that you should actually do before you come to Croatia is to take a driver's license, because when you come here, for example, especially if you're from Africa or from another country that is cheaper to take a driver's license, it is better for you to take a driver's license there. So when you come here, you can just convert it into a Croatian driver's license. Then you don't have to go through the hurdles that you go through here before you get your driver's license. For me, Again, I've been here in Croatia for more than 6 years, but I decided to go for a driving school, like 2 years ago. So then I went there and I passed my exam throughout, up all the way up to the practicals, and I got stuck there because, well, I failed twice, and that means that I've paid a lot of money to be in the driving school, because every time you fail, you have to go to for more classes for you to take the next exam. So then COVID-19 came. I was not allowed to go back to class until COVID like subsided. Right now I'm going back to class, and then after 2 years of not practicing, then you're going like back to almost square one. So then you have to do it again, and you have actually to pay a lot of money. Now I've spent more than $2,000 to actually be in class, driving class, and I've not yet received my driver's license. Can you imagine that? Oh my goodness. That is very difficult for many people. So if you have a chance in any country that you are in, especially if it is cheaper than in Croatia, because I know Croatia is also cheaper as compared to other European countries. For example, as compared to Germany, to get a driving license in Croatia is cheaper. So if you're in another country, like an African country, then it is better for you to take your license there, and then you come here and convert it into a Croatian driver's license. Something else is about tipping, because for example, for me, actually I didn't use to tip in my country, because it is not in my culture to give tips. When you go to a restaurant or when you get a good service, then you tip that person to show appreciation. So it is very important to tip in Croatia, although it's not as extreme as in America. If you don't tip in Croatia, it's fine, but it's also very nice. You'll see the waiter or the waitress will really smile at you if you do the tipping, and it is a very good culture actually to be able to tip anybody. And usually, most of the times, I do the rounding off. For example, if I bought some soda for 18 kuna, then I would give a tip of 2 kuna. So, for example, give the waiter or the waitress 20 kuna. If I bought a meal for maybe 190 kuna, then I will give 200 kuna, just to tip and to give something and be able to appreciate them, because the salary here is very little, and they will really make use of the tip that you give them, because that is what they live from, especially in the hospitality industry. So these are the things that I think that are very important for anybody who is planning to come and live in Croatia. There's so many other things that I will continue telling you about, and I'm going to help you actually be able to learn about this beautiful country. And when you come here, you feel ready, you will be happy that actually I told you about these things, and it's not going to be a problem for you. Okay, see you next time, and I love you. Bye.